Hello and welcome to another episode of Storware Academy. My name is Paweł Piskorz and I am a pre-sales engineer at Storware. Today we'll be talking about Verge. To be more specific, how Storware Backup and Recovery can protect VergeOS. Currently, we are the only vendor on the market who can protect virtual machine running in VergeOS. Shall we begin? To start, you have to log into Storware Backup and Recovery and go directly into virtual environments. Over there, please open a virtualization provider tab and use Create button. From the list, you have to find VergeOS. And now you need to fill a gaps. First step, provide the URL address of your Verge and then access as an administrator to that Verge instance. Second tab, Verge settings. Here you need to provide NAS service name which need to be created inside VergeOS. Let's do that together. There is my Verge instance. Let me log into. Okay. On the left, you need to find NAS tab and go directly into NAS services. NAS services is a virtual machine inside a Verge. That virtual machine will be used by the Storware to transfer data directly from Verge to Storware node and then directly into backup destination. Minimal requirements for that virtual machine should be 6 Core 6 RAM. You have to provide cluster over there and the host name, and you need to provide network which will be matched to Storware Backup and Recovery. If you do that, you can submit that settings. Then you need to be sure that VM, so NAS service, is allowed to make an export. That checkbox can be made directly over there. One more thing, if we double click into NAS service, here on the left a menu is a NAS settings. Please open that and make sure you enable NFS version 4, as well as you allow everyone to read-write that data. These are mandatory settings to properly protect VM running inside VergeOS. If you do that, just copy a name of that already created virtual machine and provide it over there into Storware Backup and Recovery. You can save your configuration and run a synchronization. I did that just before this recording, so let's see how this looks like from my perspective. So quickly, access to Verge, administrator, and over there are my Verge settings. My synchronization is completed, so let's see what we are reading during a synchronization. If I open Verge instance, I should be able to see a full list already protected item, full backup history, full backup, full restore history, as well as number of hypervisor, number of VM running inside the Verge, number of clusters, and number of storage. Just in case of Verge, these are tiers which could be used during the restore process. We will do that together shortly after. Okay, to start making a protection of VM from VergeOS, you need to prepare storage or repository for your data. How to do it? Storware is giving you a few options. On the left tab, please find backup destination. Over there you can choose where you want to store your data. You can choose file system, so basically block device mounted to Storware node could be used as a repository for your data, but also Storware is giving you support or option to choose object storages, enterprise backup provider, as well as tape libraries. As you can see, my two repositories, synthetic and non-synthetic one, are already prepared. I will be using today synthetic file system. Next step is to create backup policy. How to do it? In the left menu, open Backup Policy tab and use a Create button. What you can do? You can name your policy over there, decide if you want to enable, disable schedules, if you want to use function of auto remove longer present VM on the hypervisor. Kinda cool option, because every automate synchronization Storware is checking if the VM is still present on the hypervisor, is still present on the Verge. If not, Storware will remove that VM from that backup policy automatically. Next step, let's jump directly into virtual environments. Here you can manually select which VMs should be assigned to that policy. Next one is a rule. Over there you can point where Storware should store your data. So as you can see, my two repositories, synthetic or non-synthetic, are available over there. I will be using, as I said, synthetic one. You can decide how many copies of each VM should be there, and also for how long that copies should stay in backup destination. If I scroll a bit lower, there is a chance to assign schedule to make that backup automatically. As you can see, I'm using two simple schedules, so full backup will be made on Saturday. Other day of the week, I'm going to make incremental backup for that VMs. If everything is prepared properly, you can execute a backup. How to do it? Go into Instance View, find your VM which you want to protect on demand, like me, click Backup, and you have option to continue a chain of backup by making an incremental, or swap into full and start a new backup chain. Let's do that together. Backup. As you can see, backup task has been submitted, and now me as administrator can pop up workflow execution console to see live progress of running backup task. Let's wait together for a finish. Okay, looks like our backup is finished. So now we, as a backup administrator inside Storware Web UI, we can check VM settings or VM details to find much more information. If I open Backup tab over there, I should be able to see the current information about the copies of that specific VM which are stored in backup repository. Also, I should be able to find some other information, like a backup history for that specific VM, full restore history, and disks which are used on that VM. And from that point, I can, if I want, of course, exclude that volumes, that disk from the backup. Okay, so when the backup is completed, now we should talk about other feature, which is a restore process. How to do it and what Storware can offer you in case of Verge hypervisor. Let's start from the last one, mount. That option allows administrator to choose a proper copy of that specific VM and mount it directly in Storware Backup and Recovery node. After a mount, administrator is able to granularly browse the files and folders on that specific disk and download specific file, specific folder directly to his personal computer. But also Storware allows administrator to make a remote upload to different hosts in the provided network. Second option, let me find over there a restore. All right, restore directly to hypervisor provider or virtualization provider. Here is a quick wizard. Administrator need to complete that wizard to recreate or restore VM taken directly from a backup repository and recreate it into VergeOS. Let's finish that process together. First step, choose a proper copy. I'm going to use the latest one which we made today. I can point a specific Verge instance. If, for example, you will have much more, for example, 2 or 3 different instances of Verge, Storware support cross-restoration between Verge. Basically, just point a different Verge instance over there, and then Storware will do his magic. Now we can rename our VM before restoration. So yeah, CentOS test Verge. I will add here my initials, so PP at the end to make that VM unique. Now storage. In that point, for each drives attached to the VM, administrator can decide which storage should be used after restoration. I can, as administrator, rename name of the disk, and also here's an option to exclude disk in the restoration. Next one is a network. I can choose the original network which VM is already using, but also I can define and point here a different network which is currently used by the Verge. For my scenario, I will keep that simple, so I will use the external network for that VM. Last step, or almost last step, is advanced. Here, administrator can decide if he want to remove already existing virtual machine on the Verge and replace it with the, let's say, new one taken directly from the backup destination, or simple as that, power on and power off. I will keep these 2 flags disabled. Next one, summary. Quick look what we just set, and now I can make a manual restoration. Again, same story like in the case of backup. Task has been submitted, and now me as administrator can watch a live progress on the workflow execution console. Okay, restore part according to workflow execution console is finished. So that's mean over there should appear a restore status last successful, so it's okay. Now last step, let's check if VM is ready to be used inside Verge. Okay, let's go into main dashboard. Oh, so sorry, over there. Let's open machines, virtual machines, and our already recreated or taken directly from backup repository CentOS test Verge with PP at the end is present to be used by the Verge users. And now you know how Storware can protect virtual machine running in VergeOS. If you want more information, contact us directly or follow us on our social media. Thanks for watching, and see you in another episode of Storware Academy.